Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, we all raised an eyebrow when we heard the news that Aisha Buhari had traveled to Dubai because she had like a neck ache or something, some minor body pain. So she's gone to Dubai apparently on a medical trip for that. So we raised an eyebrow, especially off the back of the eye-watering amounts of money that were budgeted for the Aso Rock clinic. So now reasons to be even more indignant as the real reason why Aisha Buhari is in Dubai is revealed. As guys, I bring you this. Real reason President Buhari's wife Aisha traveled to Dubai. So the real reason why she has traveled to Dubai is apparently different from the reason that we were originally given, and that is about to be unveiled. The headline again, real reason President Buhari's wife Aisha traveled to Dubai. So now let's not get into the details of it. Fresh facts at the disposal of correspondents have revealed that Nigeria's First Lady, Aisha Buhari, who was said to have been flown to Dubai, United Arab Emirates during the Salah break over a severe neck pain, may have had other motives for going to the Arabian country. It was reliably gathered on Monday that Mrs. Buhari actually flew to Dubai in a jet belonging to billionaire Mohammed Indimi for the purpose of shopping for luxury items in preparation for the wedding of her daughter, Hanan. Dubai is a popular destination for Nigerians, especially the wealthy class, seeking quality and expensive items for personal use or grand ceremonies. Before her trip abroad, President Muhammadu Buhari is said to have met with the family of Hanan's fiancé for further arrangements and other processes forming part of the occasion to be put in place. A source reliably informed that Mrs. Buhari's trip was packaged to look like a health emergency in order not to raise eyebrows for violating government's restriction on international travel due to the C-19 outbreak. The Nigerian government had on March 23, 2020, banned international commercial flights to curtail the spread of C-19 in the country. It was well planned. Her neck doctor is in London, not Dubai. She traveled to shop for luxury items ahead of Hanan's wedding. There is presently a ban on international flights by the government, except it is essential, so the best way for her to travel was under the guise of medical treatment, the source said. Hanan is a graduate of photography from Ravensbourne University, London, United Kingdom. Recall that in July 2019, she ordered the Department of State Services to arrest a young businessman based in Delta State, Anthony Okolie, after he was issued a mobile number by telecoms company MTN, previously used and abandoned by her. Okolie spent 10 weeks in unlawful detention before he was finally released by the secret police. Earlier in January, Hanan was again in the news after she attended an event to photograph a Durbar by Rewanu Adamu, Emir of Bauchi, in one of the jets in the presidential fleet. The move was condemned by Nigerians, even though the presidency defended the action by saying it was normal procedure. So it is normal procedure for the president's daughter to use the presidential fleet as a personal taxi service as her Uber. So the Uber now for this Adan Buhari is of course the presidential fleet. And that story also, the one of this young chap, this Anthony Okolie that was detained, we actually did that story on this channel when this guy was detained. So this guy had gone to get himself a phone number. He went through all of the normal routes. He went to a registered provider. He provided all of the details that were required of him, and he was duly given a telephone number for his own personal or business use, whatever he chooses to use them or to use it rather for. So that was the end of that. So he went through normal process, but at last this guy was suddenly picked up by the DSS. So what had happened was that this guy went to MTN, and then the number that MTN gave this chap, Anthony Okole, just happened to be a number that used to belong to Hanan Buhari, which she had since abandoned a long time ago, and it was recycled and then put back into the public space. And this guy then, or Antonio Collier, was the unfortunate person that ended up with that telephone number. So the DSS then duly picked him up. I don't know why they picked him up or what they said he was accused of, having the president's daughter's telephone number as his own. I don't know why, but then they detained him for 10 weeks is really what really jars my senses. Because if they say they are picking him up for having a number similar to the president's daughter, you might, that is even difficult to accept, but you might just find some little justification for that. And they don't then need to spend more than an hour with that guy to hear his narration to let him go, because the guy would have then explained that, look, I went to MTN and they gave me this number. So all the DSS then need to do, because the DSS of course has access to all of the functionings of the country, so all the DSS then need to do was just to contact MTN to ask them questions and have them verify if they gave this guy the number or not. So MTN of course would then tell them that, look, yes, this number was abandoned and it's been recycled. So they can then discuss between them if they want that number condemned or not, but certainly they would let this guy go immediately after no more than an hour or two, with apologies to say, look, you've done nothing wrong, but this is a glitch in the system that we have to fix. So if they don't then want a number that had been previously used by a high-profile personality. I'm not saying Hanan Buhari is a high-profile personality, because she's just some silly girl that just happens to be the president's daughter. So by virtue of the name that she carries, the name is high-profile. So as much as we dismiss Malam Buhari, is the one sitting in Aso Rock #1 seat at the moment. So that is high-profile. So if they are saying that they don't really want those numbers in circulation, then they should come to some sort of policy position, which they would cascade then through to all of the telecoms provider within the country to say that, look, any number that has been used or that is being used by this set of people, by this type of people, by this category of people, should not be put into circulation one, and should be put in a special pot that we would handle, or you handle through us. So that is more an administrative matter, and it is certainly no justifiable reason to hold on to this guy for 10 weeks. 10 weeks. 10 weeks, that's what? That's 2 months and a bit, of just for no other thing than for going to a telecoms provider and getting himself a telephone number. So this is why this Hanan Buhari got this guy detained. So he's using the presidential fleet as taxi service, is detaining people at will as she wills, and now she's sending mommy to Dubai, flouting C19. This is what happened to Abakari, by the way. He flouted C19 thinking it's above the law, but then of course we saw what happened next. So this is now what is going on. These people are completely above the law. Of course, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know already, but this constant abuse of the laws and the policies, a lot of which they created, at least this 19 policy, it's under this administration, but they willfully violate it, and the consequences are there. We've seen it with Abakari. Conversations in the comment section, the real reason why Aisha Buhari is in Dubai has now been revealed. Is it more egregious? Does it offend you even more than the idea of this lady traveling to Dubai because she's just feeling a bit of a twitch in her neck? So this is the topic for conversation, and what you have to say is what I am interested in. So come tell me all about it in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done the clickings, come tell me then what you're making now of this new development. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the